his mother was my sister. And so I know a lot about Eric growing up. And I can remember so vividly the night that Eric, his father, called and told us that Eric had been born. And we thought, no way. And so anyway, he said, yes, he's just been born. And anyway, I thought to myself, oh, this is the greatest thing. I had a sister, now I've got a nephew. And my dad was the one that was he was just so excited. So he got on the phone and my mom says, what are you going to do? He said, I'm going to call Walt Miller because he needs to know. And that was my dad's best friend. So he picks up the phone and he dials the number. And he said, guess what? I've got a grandson. And he said, oh, you do? And he said, yeah. And he said, I'm so excited after 2 girls, I finally got a boy. And so he said, well, I'm so glad to hear that. He said, I've got a couple grandsons too, but I'm really glad to hear you finally got your grandson. And he said, yeah, he said, I am too. He said, well, I suppose I better hang up because I got more people to call. And the gentleman said, oh well, wait a minute, who is this? It doesn't matter, you know I've got a grandson. But anyway, we kind of raised our kids together. Between Eric and Vivian's and mine, we had 8 children. So about every other Christmas we would meet up and we would go different places and we would have a station wagon and put all 6 of those kids and about 3 adults in that station wagon. And but some of the things Eric and my son Andy did to poor Lance. One year Lance got G.I. Joes and they disappeared. We found out later that they had been buried in the backyard. We never found out who did it, but we kind of knew who had done it. And then another time, we had gone to Santa Claus Land, which is in Indiana, and so we all got in the car. You know, you've got 8 kids and 3 adults. You don't worry about kids being left behind. So anyway, we got in the car and we started down the road, and I was driving and I slammed on brakes, and everybody said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "We forgot Lance." I could see this little guy standing back in the back, rubbing his eyes, just crying. And these 2 said, "Oh, that's okay. He can find his way home." But Lance, sorry they did that to you. But anyway, Eric had the best heart of anybody I've ever known. And he would do anything for you. And he was such a great guy. And it's true, we lost a great, great person. And I hope all of y'all please still remember us because it's really, really hard. Thank you.